About 17 years ago, with 2 children and an increasing demanding job and an entrepreneurial husband with his own fast-paced work schedule, I needed a change. And I'll never forget, with the one promotion, I walked into the one senior guy's office, and I put my hand out to greet him, and he didn't even look up, and he said, "Let's just get one thing straight. I don't believe to work with women in the mining industry." But I was naive enough that time to believe I'll win him over, and I carried on for 7 years in the mining industry, and then I've decided to resign and to start something on my own. So after much thought and preparation, I quit my job. I wanted a fresh start in my career. That experience proved to be a very defining moment in my life. So previously I've worked 8 hours a day, I've opened my own practice, and soon find myself working 15 to 16 hours a day. I felt the simultaneously pull of my kids on the one side, my spouse, my work employees, travel, extended family. And it's 7 years later, and I'd love to say I don't know how I've made it, but I've made it work. There's no easy, one-size-fits-all approach for everybody. No magic bullet on how to achieve that success. You know, Stats South Africa, and I've just read it last night, have just announced that sexual crimes have increased in the last couple of years. And the justification by men and all the perpetrators include that women don't look after their kids, not giving sex freely, and, believe it or not, burning the food. I've worked with a lady yesterday that was sexually abused for 5 years in a company in order to keep her job. Our generation of women is so busy trying to prove that we can do what men can do, that we are actually losing our uniqueness. Juggling the demands of a career and a personal life is an ongoing challenge. I often feel like it's an impossible goal, and often attempted with extreme guilt. Sometimes we don't realize we are actually drowning when we're trying to be everybody else's anchor. Being a full-time working mother can lead to feelings of extreme guilt and stress because of all the divided attention. We try to be 100% at our jobs, 100% partner, 100% mother. It sounds to me like a little bit of superwomen. Superwomen are fictional characters. Real people don't devote 100% in everything they do. Yet we always try to do it, irrespective of the price we pay. It's okay to sometimes fail. Get yourself a mentor. Most of us spend our lives trying away and run away from failures and pain, seeking pleasures, but instead of embracing both. We often believe we have to be these high performers, competing with men. We ignore our emotions, never take time for ourselves, ignore bodily signals. We often carry on even if we are physically ill. Sacrificing self-care, we press on, doing whatever it takes to succeed, and we don't sustain a work-life balance. Neglect and self-care, if ignored, can lead to grim consequences, including burnout, depression, divorce, behavioral problems, mood disorders, and substance abuse. I've seen over 6,000 women in the last couple of years with these symptoms. People who burn out are often those who had the biggest and the brightest fires. Are often to ladies when they complain about being so busy. And sometimes it's not easy to keep quiet. I've had a lady with me the other day, and there was like burnout written on her forehead. And she said, I still need to run and take my child to Potchefstroom because my child sing in a choir. I need to take the other one to Pretoria. I need to be at work this afternoon. I need to open the gate for the garden services. And I said to her, you're not going anywhere. You're going to a clinic. I've arranged for her to be admitted, and I phone her husband, and he sat in my office, and I say, how are you? And he say, excellent. I say, how's your wife doing? She said, brilliant. He says, she's a real go-getter. I say, you know what? She's not doing so well. I've admitted her to a clinic, and we should cut this conversation short because you need to take your child to Potch, and you need to take the other one to Pretoria, and you need to open the gate for the garden services. And his jaw just dropped. You see, we are actually not the victims, we are the perpetrators. We need to change things. How can we manage our careers and feel satisfied with both? The first step in balancing your work and personal life is recognizing that it is not just going to happen. You have to be proactive, believe you can, and work at it and make it happen. Small steps can go a very long way in keeping you sane. It is our own discipline that doesn't come naturally to us. You can start at your own home. There are specific things you can do. Share the responsibilities in your house. Sit down with your partner and divide the responsibilities. Rethink your idea of what clean is. Unmade beds and dusty corners is not signs of failure. You are doing something for nature, so look at it that way. You are doing something for nature. You're creating an opportunity for the ants to multiply. When you get home, relax. Breathe at your gate. Often I was really working hard, 18, 16, 18 hours a day. And when I got home, everything was planned. And I will say to the kids, it's time for homework. And I say, bring your books. And they will say to me, Mommy, you are so stressed. And I will say, do I seem stressed to you? And they say, Mommy, you're really stressed. And then I thought, one day my kids are going to sit in the office of a psychologist and speak about their childhood wounding. So I thought I need to do something. So I've developed a ritual. And I would leave the office, not always feeling well, because if you work with rape and murders and child abuse, it's easy to keep it all inside and have a straight face. So I will drive to my house and I will stop at the gate and I will sit there for a half a minute and just breathe. And then I will press the remote and open the gate. Drive in, and when I look in my rear mirror and I see the gate close, I will breathe again and say, the job is now left behind. I'm entering a new place with their own demands and their own needs, my other job. And I will open the garage door and I will drive in and I will close the garage door, take a nice deep breath again and say to myself, how would my children like to see me? And when I open the gate with the key, I will sometimes, because they were still small and short, I will sometimes go on my knees and say, "Where's my sweethearts?" And the kids will run to me, and the dogs were always happy to see me. And you know what? It's not always the time you spend with them, but it's the quality of those moments. So get home, before you open the gate, breathe. Eat with your children. I never allowed my kids to eat in front of a TV. Put a good luck charm or a personal note next to their plates if they're not there. Phone them during the day. Take 1 minute and make a phone call. Do something together. Enjoy a good bedtime routine. Make one night a week a special night. Making time for your children is crucial, both during the week and weekends. I know we can't always be there, and it's also okay. Are you aware that supporting your children too much can make them weak and dependent? By challenging them, we make them strong and independent. I wasn't always there for mine, and I always felt so guilty, but they're very independent today. Childhood deprivation is often the source of adult dreams and inspiration. Find quality childcare, because then you're not going to have so much guilt if you know you drop your kids off at a good place. Make your mornings easier. Set the table in the evening. Create specially family activities like playing a card game just for 15 minutes. Ask your children for suggestions. It doesn't matter what you are doing as long as you do things together. If you spend time with them and your husband and your work and yourself, you will experience a lot less stress. I often ask ladies in the practice, share with me what is important in your life, and then I write it on the board. And they often say, my kids, my husband, my religion, my work, and there's this whole list. And when they're done, I say, you're missing something. And they say, what? I think everything is there. I say, where are you? Our names never appear on the list. Nurture your relationship with your partner. He is the person at your side. He can only love you if you let him in. And I say again, he is the person at your side. Woman was made from the rib of a man, not from his head to top him, not from his foot to be stepped on by, but from his side to be equal to him, under his arm to be protected by him, to be close to his heart, and to be loved by him. Your children need to see love in your home. You don't need to prove the love to anybody else outside your family. Have a monthly date night. When you are busy, our partners is the first one to neglect, and our children. Have a cup of tea or a glass of wine together for half an hour after every work day, and then not talk about your work. Build downtime into your schedule to social with your friends and family, because you don't know when you might need them. Exercise, because it will boost your energy levels. At work, limit distractions and time wasters. Set time limits when checking your emails and making your phone calls. Of course, you want to have rapport with your co-workers, but numerous email exchanges, casual internet exchanges, gossiping, and long lunches are distracting and will make you less productive. We are women. We are unstoppable. not because we do not have failures and doubts, but because we continue on despite them. We are the real architects of society. You are not born to always be a winner. You are not born to be a loser. We are born to be choosers. Make the necessary changes in your life. Determine the action steps you need to take. Put some steps down on a timeline. Implement each step according to a plan. Get a mentor. Every small step you will take will be a great boost to your self-confidence. And most important, believe you can. You know, we've always got this inner voice, and I liked what you said earlier on. We are our biggest self-critics. You know, we've got this inner voice that's always negative, comparing ourselves to others and wonder if we can. You know, we've got 60,000 thoughts a day. 80% of those are negative. Did you know that we've got 71 trillion cells in our body? These cells are all connected to the heart and the brain. Everything you think affects every one of those 71 trillion cells. We can't always control our circumstances, but you can control your reaction to it. It's going to be hard to make these changes, but it's not impossible. With women, it's always a case that we believe we couldn't, but yet we do. And I'm ending off by saying, we are women, we are not princesses. We have PMS, we have options, a temper, a loud voice, but ladies, you also got one hell of a right hook. Thank you.